Hello everyone, my name is Cameron. Welcome back to your regularly scheduled nonsense. Today we are doing the Money in the Bank 2023 pay-per-view predictions. There's two reasons we're doing them right now. One, the pay-per-view starts at 3 p.m. EST tomorrow on Saturday, July 1st. And two, I will be working at 3 p.m. EST Saturday, July 1st. So I want to get the pay-per-view predictions out of the way now. This is pre-SmackDown. I mean, SmackDown's being taped already over in the UK. It just hasn't aired for us over in the States yet. But with that being said, I don't know what happened on SmackDown. I'm not going to look up the spoilers. As far as I know, there is not a United States Championship match on the Money in the Bank card. I checked just to make sure. I didn't see one. So this is, as of right now, the match card for Money in the Bank 2023. It could always change, obviously, before tomorrow, but I don't know if it will. So, without further ado, let's get started. First off, we have the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We have Ricochet versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus LA Knight versus Santos Escobar versus Butch versus Damian Priest and Logan Paul. I have gone for LA Knight. Jesse has gone for Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, I do know that the rumor right now is that they do not want LA Knight to be winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, which kind of makes it a little bit harder for me to say Knight in this match because of hearing that stuff. But I also don't really, like, whoever wins this is cool. Like, I don't give a shit. Except for Logan Paul. Logan Paul and probably Ricochet and Butch are probably the only three I don't really want winning this match. Everyone else I wouldn't be opposed to. Not even, honestly, Butch I wouldn't be opposed to either. It's just I'm looking at who I think can do the most with this briefcase. And I don't know if Ricochet... Obviously, Ricochet's not going to do anything with it. Logan Paul can't do anything with it because he's Logan Paul. No one gives a fuck about him. No one's going to expect him to win a title like that. And Butch... I don't know. It's the name. Next, we have... But I'm still going to stick with Knight. Jesse choosing Nakamura is actually a pretty good choice. I honestly could also see Nakamura really winning this. Those are the two that I'm the highest on right now for this match that I think have the most likelihood of winning this match. Are LA Knight and Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm just more leaning towards what I want to happen with LA Knight. Next, we have the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. We have Zelina Vega, Becky Lynch, Zoe Starks, Bayley, Io Sky, and Trish Stratus. Both Jesse and myself, I got a Discord message, have gone for Io Sky. My computer's on in the other room, so Dalton can play Satisfactory, and I just heard my Discord thing go off. Next, both of us have gone for Io Sky. It makes the most sense. It seems like her winning the title is kind of where they're heading towards, and potentially a split of Damage Control, whether that's a full split and all three of them go their separate ways, or Io being turned on by Bayley. That sounds wrong. Getting turned on, that still sounds wrong. Bayley and Dakota Kai turning on Io and Io turning face to potentially go do something else with the title, and potentially a feud against Bayley. Is where they seem to be going in the direction right now with everything that's been teased and led up to leading up to Money in the Bank. Next, we have a men's singles match: Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio. Both Jesse and myself have gone for Cody. Now, we both do know that there's a high possibility that Brock Lesnar could come out and attack Cody and cost him this match, but I feel like it's more likely that he attacks Cody after the match. But I mean, really, who the hell knows? I really don't want Brock to come out and attack him at all, because I think this is the last main roster pay-per-view before SummerSlam hits, and I'd kind of rather not have Brock versus Cody at SummerSlam, since I'm going to be there, and I really don't feel like watching. Mostly because I own a Brock Lesnar shirt that I'm wearing to the fucking show. Although I guess I could wear my Bullet Club Cody Rhodes shirt as well. Next, we have the World Heavyweight Championship. We have Seth freaking Rollins versus Finn Balor. Both Jesse and myself have gone for Rollins. We both really want Finn to win this match, but not win the title. It's such a weird thing. We don't want Seth winning the match, but we don't want Finn taking the title either. It's such a difficult situation to be in because it's such a difficult thing to have to look at this and be like, well, I want this person to win the match, but I don't want them to win the title. But I want this person to lose, but keep the title. It's very confusing. But honestly, both of us just see Seth winning this. It makes the most sense with the story they're building. I wouldn't mind Finn winning this, honestly. I love Finn Balor. I think he's fantastic. I think everything he's done with the Judgment Day has been great. But at the same time, I don't see much of a reason for him to win this match and take the title off of Seth that Seth just got like a pay-per-view ago. Next, we have the Bloodline Civil War Tag Team match. We have the Bloodline, Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, accompanied by Paul Heyman, versus the Usos. Jesse and I have both gone for the Usos. Come on, we're not fucking stupid. We see where this is going. I don't think Jay is going to be the one to... I don't think Jay or Jimmy are going to be the ones to dethrone Roman, but I do feel like the main event, the marquee match for SummerSlam is probably going to be either Jay or Jimmy versus Roman Reigns. Possibly for the titles, possibly not for a title. I really don't know. It's tough to really say what's going to happen in that situation. Next, we have the Women's Tag Team Championship match. The Women's Tag Team Championships that basically no one gives a fuck about at this point. I hate saying that. I feel bad about it. But let's look at the trajectory and the timeline of these titles so far. They got announced. They debuted. The first two winners were Sasha and Bayley. Fantastic choice. Great tag team. Great chemistry. Great choice for the first women's tag team championships in the new launch of these titles, because there was one way back in the day. They held them for a while. They defended them one time on NXT. A week later, NXT decided to make their own championships, which already muddied the waters, made it very difficult for people to enjoy this, because now there was this fact that the NXT people should have won the championships, but then didn't win the championships, so then they made their own championships, and then it made the women's tag team division spread even thinner, because now there was a main roster championship as well as an NXT championship, because the main roster people were never going to NXT, because Vince didn't give a fuck about NXT. So they created the other NXT Women's Tag Team Championships, which then had a very good history, honestly. I think those were probably, out of the two, the ones that were treated with the most respect and given the most time on the shows. You know, you had fantastic tag teams who held them. Toxic Attraction held them a couple of times. You had Roxanne and Cora, which led to their feud, which then led to Roxanne becoming NXT Women's Champion. You had Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, who are probably the best holders of those titles, in my opinion, after Toxic Attraction. And you also had Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, who held them right before the draft, and then lost them to Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, who then brought them up to the main roster, to then be merged into the crappy NXT, or the main roster Women's Tag Team Championship matches, which they lost to Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey for some fucking reason. Why get rid of one of your best women's tag teams and destroy them to these idiots? I don't understand. Moving on. Who honestly haven't done shit as champions. And if you look at the rest of the main roster WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, that's kind of been a running theme. They've done not a lot. You've had Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, who didn't do a lot. You have currently Ronda and Shayna, who have not done a lot. You had Liv and Raquel, who didn't do a lot. The only really good one I can think of is, I think the Iconics held it at one point, but I could be wrong. I really don't remember at this point. And then you obviously had the whole Naomi Sasha debacle, which then led to the titles going away for a little bit, and then coming back and having the tournament. I don't know, man. These titles, I find it hard to care. But we have we have Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey defending against Raquel and Liv Morgan. We have both gone for Rousey and Baszler, because, yeah. These titles don't mean much, but, I mean, they're there, I guess. I don't know. I feel like the fact that they got rid of the 24/7 championship, which was featured more and honestly gave a lot of enjoyable segments, and they kept these, just feels weird. I get why they kept these, don't get me wrong, but they also haven't been, I don't know, people haven't really liked them as much as I think WWE expected them to. And finally, we have the WWE Intercontinental Championship match. We have Gunther defending against Matt Riddle. Jesse and I have both gone for Gunther. Come on, we know he's breaking Honky Tonk Man's record at this point. There's no doubt in our minds that SummerSlam he's not going to lose it either, and we're probably going to see him lose it. Most likely Royal Rumble or Mania is where I'm expecting him to lose it. I could be wrong. He could end up keeping it longer. He could end up just losing it right after breaking the record. Who the fuck knows? I really enjoyed Gunther with the Intercontinental Championship. Intercontinental Championship is my favorite title, if you guys don't know, so really cool to see somebody getting close to breaking Honky Tonk's record. Really hope that this match just smooth sailing through it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. Let me know what your predictions are down in the comments below. I'll see you next time. Stay golden. Peace.